What's up, guys? My name is Alan, and I'm a student filmmaker, and welcome to the very first episode of Filmmaker Reacts. In this series, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be reacting to films, especially Kenyan films and other Hollywood films, to see the shots and the visual effects and how they were done. And after reacting to them, I'm gonna sometimes try redoing the shots or trying to redoing the visual effects. Today we are reacting to a movie called SIRE. It's a short film, Kenyan-based short film, and I watched the whole movie and picked out some shots that I feel you guys should see me react to. So we're gonna try watching the shots, see how they were done, and see how I would have done them better or how I probably might do them. So let's get to it. Oh, okay. So this is the very first shot of the movie. Is this shot of this guy flying? Um, I don't know. I feel like this shot was pretty much done well, but there are some things that I would have done differently. First of all, if you go frame by frame, you'll discover that this guy is literally, when he's flying, it's just like a picture that is a painted picture, or a picture that has been actually, let's say, it has been like the perspective has been changed, then the motion blur has been added to it. Now if you're watching this movie and you're like not a filmmaker or anyone who pays attention to detail, everything seems pretty good. But for me, when I watch it frame by frame, then there's some things that I noted. This guy, first of all, they did it, I don't know, like it was a little bit sketchy, because if you look at the um image that they're using to uh because if you look at the image that they're using to represent, the guy flying, it's like it doesn't have the details. They just punch in a lot of motion blur, and it looks pretty good. But I feel that they would have used, a pretty much realistic image to make it look much better, to enhance it. So if you go frame by frame, you can tell that they just painting or paint brushing something. I don't know if it's a paintbrush or it's just something like a picture whose perspective has been manipulated, and they've just added a little bit of motion blur. But so far so good. Now the problem is when they transition from the picture now to the real character, I feel that transition is pretty sudden. They don't really go down to the character before they transition. So you'll see, like, when you go frame by frame, you'll find that the motion blurred sketch, then the character. So I feel like that transition is too sudden. What I would have done is I would have masked out the character and tried to add a single frame just above it. So that will have made it look much better. But anyways, I love the shot. I love the way it was done, and the concept of this guy flying. It was a pretty amazing concept. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the second shot. So the second shot is also a shot of this guy flying, but it's done in a different way. So this is the shot. Let's roll the clip. Can you hear that? They're coming for me. Okay, let's roll the tape. Amazing. That's pretty amazing. Oh. Okay. There are a lot of things that I've noted here, but first of all, let's start off with these jumping shot. Now you can see when the guy jumps, then they cut off to another shot that is a very long shot. I feel that is a very sudden cut, because I would have gone to a little bit maybe a medium shot of the guy jumping still before I go to the long shot. I feel that transition was sudden, but it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, see, like cutting from that close up or medium, not a close up, from that medium to a very like extreme long shot, that was a sudden transition, but it's pretty good so far. But now the problem comes in here. They used a still image instead of a video. So if you're keen enough, you'll just discover that this building is just a still image. Now let's see. Let's just see one more time. This is a still image. So the guy is just playing with us, trying to shake the camera a little bit. Not really the camera, but the image, of course, in that sense, like trying to add a little bit of blur, trying to move the image so that it looks like it's a video, but this is a still image, and it doesn't it doesn't really work good when you use still images in the background. So this flying man is the same concept that I just explained earlier. So you see it's trying like to zoom in, and you can see the quality even becomes a little bit low. That tells you that this was a still image. See, yeah, but so far so good. And I also love how the motion blur, bro, the guy who edited this, that guy is amazing because the motion blur is perfect. So let's move on to the second shot, the third shot, of course, the next shot, of course. Now this probably was the most amazing shot in the whole film. It was my favorite shot. So because they did pretty, I mean they did, I don't know, it's just so weird. Let's watch it. Okay, wait. I want us to go frame by frame in this shot because this is crazy, bro. So this guy is giving milk, yeah. Then we're gonna pause just real there. So let's go frame by frame. This guy, who is the villain in the movie, he grabs this main character who is Omosh. If you know Omosh from Tidy High, is the main character in this film. He grabs him by the shoulders, and when you go frame by frame, you discover that the concept is that he should throw him into the roof. But then, when he grabs him, the funny thing is that Omosh goes down. It probably like suddenly like squats so that the camera still remains, but he squats, so he disappears from the frame. Then he is replaced by this paintbrush guy or character, whatever this is. I don't understand, but this is a paintbrush. This is a paintbrush. So he is replaced by the paintbrush dude. See, what is this really, bro? This is so creepy. I mean, the editor could have just taken a picture of someone and manipulated it to look like in different positions than using a paintbrush. This thing looks like a ghost, bro. And it's just like the character has been thrown into the room. So this was the most funny shot. And if I was the editor, then I would have done a much better job, bro. This looks creepy. It looks creepy. So let's move on to the next shot. So this is a shot that is very much used in most movies whereby there's a super character, falling from the sky. It's like a sky drop shot where you fall from the sky, boom, onto the ground. Now this shot is pretty easy to make, and probably in the next video I'm gonna be remaking this shot. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon because you don't want to miss the video whereby I'll be recreating this shot. So let's watch the shot. See, very simple, and it takes only a couple of seconds. Now this shot is amazing because first of all, of course, the guy is flying. It's an image that has been with a lot of motion blur, and there we have the sudden transition, of course, which I don't like personally, which could have been could have been done much better by the editor, but probably he didn't have time. Then now we have this guy falling on the ground. So something that I discovered after this guy falls on the ground, or after that super power, sky drop, we have an explosion. But now there's a problem with this explosion because we can't have an explosion like this in a place that looks that dusty with no dust, bro. How does that make any sense? There's no dust, but there's this massive explosion. Secondly, there's something else that didn't blend in pretty well. When you look at the shadows of the explosion and you look at the shadows around the environment, for example, let's look at the shadows under this car. The shadows are pretty much black. But now come to the shadows in the explosion. They look greenish. I don't understand that. The guy could have just pumped up the hue a little bit or darken up the shadows a little bit in the visual effect to make it blend well with the environment. Other than that, I love it. It's pretty good. It's amazing. What I would have also done to make the shot better, I would have added a little bit of a shake. Like we can't have an explosion like this and the place is just pretty much doesn't shake a lot. It doesn't make a lot of sense. That place is supposed to be up and shaking. So other than that, I love this shot and I love the explosion. I mean, yeah, the shaking could have been much better. And also the smoke overlays, I will have put a lot of dust to compensate for the smoke instead of the white smoke. Why would you have white smoke in an explosion where there's no fire and there's no sign of fire, bro. It doesn't make much sense. Other than that guy, this shot is pretty amazing. It was one of the best shots in this movie. So let's go to the second last shot, I think. Now we have also this sky drop shot, and there's something that I discovered about this scene here. The guy tried to come up with this, mysterious sci-fi-ish environment or like theme, but then when he was doing that edit to show, I don't know what he was really targeting to do, or what was his aim for making this shot look this way. But I don't like the sky is pink, bro. It just looks so creepy. The sky can't be pink. How can the sky be pink, bro? Unless it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I don't like his color grading. The sky is pink, bro. But I also like the drop. Now look at the drop.
Got away.
Amazing. You go frame by frame again, you'll discover the same mistake that I just corrected in the past two shots. So we're not gonna talk about that now. I think this is the last shot, which is also pretty good. Not pretty good, actually pretty bad. It's not good at all. Now see at this, I want you to look at this doctor. This is a shot whereby theoretically, or the way it was supposed to be, not probably, just the way it was supposed to be, the villain is supposed to grab the doctor and throw him into the roof. But now look what happens. Let me show you the shot first of all.
I'm looking for a mosh. I'm sorry, but we just sent him home. Discharged.
Oh. So he grabs him, throws him into the roof. But I want us to go frame by frame. I want you to see how we've been played here. So when you go frame by frame, you discover that he throws him into the roof, but it's not like he doesn't really throw him into the roof. He grabs him and throws his hand into the roof, and the doctor squats, bro. He like squats. And when he squats, they just paint something there, and there's nothing. It happens so fast you can't discover it, but I don't know. I just feel like it's very off. Anyways, I think that was the last shot of this series of visual effect artist react. And yeah, if you feel like actually it was the first episode, so probably I made a little bit of mistakes. I didn't explain things deeply or stuff like that. But yeah, there is always a first time for everything, and you gotta learn from the first time. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a short message before we finish off the video. So this is a special message from one of my classmates here in film school. When I was telling people about my YouTube channel, a classmate of mine suggested that in my videos I should be at least creating awareness about something that we live with in the society today. And mostly she was insisting, or she was requesting, that I focus on things to do with special needs, and yeah, how like to create awareness about people living with special needs in our society. There will be at least a 1-minute segment in each of my videos to tell you more about like people living with special needs, or just creating awareness about anything that we're living with in society that people really don't really take seriously, or people should really take seriously. So today's episode, what I wanted to tell you about let's say people with special needs, is that whenever you meet a deaf person and you want to talk to them, you can't talk to them, of course, but you want to communicate to them. Let's say write them a message, and that person probably is doing something else, and you want to get their attention. You can't call them by their names because they can't hear, they're deaf, or they have the hearing impairment. So whenever you come in a case like that, what you do, you gently tap them on the shoulder to get their attention. So that was today's message. If you want to get the attention of a deaf person, you gently tap them on the shoulder. A deaf person is a person who has hearing impairment. So thank you again to my classmate for giving me the idea to do this segment. And I really love people with special needs. I really love interacting with them. I've been a special needs teacher, so yeah, I feel that, bro. So that's the segment for the special needs today, and it's gonna be in every video. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of Filmmaker Reacts. We're gonna be having at least weekly episodes, probably, and I'm gonna be inviting other filmmakers to this show so that we react to the same shots and see how we will have done them differently. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Any suggestions, leave them in the comment section, and let me know what you thought about today's episode. Did you love it? Actually, I was supposed to do a vlog, but I couldn't finish it filming it. So I'm gonna do that in the next video, or probably in another video in the course of the week. Other than that, guys, I love you. Take care. Peace.